right, Stacy Lewis, welcome to the Portland Classic Media Center here. Obviously, it's been a really busy couple of weeks for you, but I want to ask you about your captain's picks and your qualifiers, and your team is all put together. How are you feeling now that you have your full team ready to go?
It's coming way too fast. It's great though. I mean, just to finally have the team ready, or the team finalized, you know who the 12 are. Now it's logistics of making sure they get their flights and their caddies' flights, and you feel like you almost have more kids now that you're tracking down, trying to, make sure they do everything they need to do. So, but I guess that's going to be my life for the next month or so. So I need to get used to that part. But now, we're going to dive into pairings and really start to get more organized for the week of.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, now that you have your picks done and your team finalized, what's sort of the next steps for you as far as getting ready for the event, besides the logistics of
besides logistics, now it's really is pairings and trying to prepare the girls as best as I can as far as who they potentially play with, get them golf balls that they need to try that they can kind of mess around with over the next few weeks. That's been my goal all along, is before we get on the plane to go over, that the girls really have an idea of what the plan is, and so that once we get to Spain, it's just executing that plan instead of trying to figure it out on the fly.
For these next 2 weeks of play before Solheim, what is it you're looking for from the girls on your team?
Just form, really, of how they're playing, who's playing well, maybe who's not, because I think that factors into how much they play, how many formats which formats they play, it does factor into who they play with as well. So, so we'll be watching and paying attention, and just hopefully, the ones that aren't playing well can get some momentum going the right way, and the ones that are playing well, they can gain some more confidence and maybe get another American win.
I will ask, since we're at the Portland Classic, you are a past champion here. What are you looking for yourself this week? Maybe not Solheim related.
I'm looking forward to about 4 or 5 hours of no phone and quiet time and just playing golf. I have been working on some things in my golf swing the last few days in between all the chaos that I'm excited about, and just to be back here and where I've had good memories. I played well here. The golf course is amazing as always. So it's not 110 in Texas like it is in Texas either. So there's a lot of pluses about being here right now, and I'm just excited to get to play here again.
Awesome. Kent, go ahead. I know you have some.
How are you keeping track of everything?
I don't know. I have a planner. I write everything down. I have this thing, it's called a Remarkable, where you can put all my notes in there, and just trying to stay organized. I mean, that's how I've always been my whole life, but this is kind of ramped up to another level. So, just trying to be where I am and take care of what needs to be taken care of, and then put off to tomorrow what doesn't happen.
Julie, he asked, how are you keeping track of everything? Sorry, we have my mic here, so.
How, of all these things that you were trying to sort through, what's been the hardest to stay on top of?
My own golf game, probably, my own life. Obviously, you can tell with my voice, probably taking care of myself and making sure I'm getting enough sleep and getting enough rest at times. That's probably the one thing that is slipping. But I feel like we're doing a really good job of staying on top of things. So, I don't know, I just saw Julie Inkster, and she's like, "Are you glad that's over with?" And I'm like, it really wasn't that hard. Like, we were prepared for it. We were ready, and I don't know. Parts of it, yes, they were hard, but the decision was very clear and very easy in my head.
What are you working on in your swing?
Trying to get my legs going a little more in the golf swing, and not swinging it so much with my arms, and just trying to use the bigger muscles a little bit more.
You mentioned a lot throughout this process of how important it is to have the team prepared before you get there. Have there been past Solheim experiences you've had where the team was not, and how did that impact the team? So.
Yeah, I mean, I think back to my first Solheim in Ireland, and I had no clue what I was getting myself into. And, even in Toledo, I think there was a lot of who's going to play with who, and figuring out what golf ball you're going to play on Tuesday. You know, I think stuff like that can be done well in advance. That way the girls can just get there and learn the golf course first. I mean, that's what they're accustomed to doing. I want it to be that those preparation days to be most like what they do in a normal week. And you throw them into, here, try this golf ball and learn this new golf course when you don't even know how your normal golf ball reacts on that golf course. So it's trying to make it more normal for them. And, you know, I'm a person, I'm prepared. That's me by nature.
Can I have a question?
Oh, there you go.
It's been a couple days since Monday when you officially announced the team. What has the reaction been like for you from what you've seen, either from friends, from past Solheim Cup participants?
Yeah.
Have they reached out? What are some of the biggest things that you've seen over the past couple of days since finally getting this relief off of your shoulders of your entire team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just been, people love the team we've assembled, obviously, and they loved how we did it. I think that was pretty cool. Everybody kind of liked, you know, what we did, the photo shoot and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, to me, I think the biggest thing that happened was the way Andrea played to make the team. I just don't think it was talked about enough because we talked about the picks a lot. But, I mean, the way Andrea played the last month, she was very far out of the picture. And to 2 top 10s, to having to finish 13th and finishes 13th. It's insane. Like, it's crazy pressure to play under. I just don't think people realize the amount of pressure you play with. You know, you sit there and you play and you're like, oh, I'm in 11th. Oh, I'm in 5th. Now I'm back to 12th. And like, it's so hard. And so, I think of anything that came out of last week, I think what Andrea did was amazing.
I think what was also unique is we talked a little bit before in your pre-tournament press conference last week about looking at European players and how you are really just picking your team based on, you know, the research you've done and everything you've been able to do. Last week you played with a player like Lynn Grant. Megan Kang went up against Lynn Grant in a very close. What was it like seeing kind of the American players when they're playing in groups with some European players that they're going to see come September? Megan even said that she told Jack beforehand, like, ooh, got a little Solheim feel to it in that grouping on Saturday.
Yeah, you can tell it's on everybody's mind. You know, you had some caddies kind of like, ooh, I can't talk to you right now. You know, it's Solheim Cup time. And so it's on everybody's mind. And it was fun. I never played with Lynn. I didn't really see her play very much before. So it was fun to see her play in person. And, you know, but I put any of mine up against her too, you know. So, it's interesting, right? And the way we do things, you're not really matching people up head to head. It's just kind of how it falls, you know. So you're not really watching the other team that much. Which makes it easier, to be honest.
Okay, go ahead.
You mentioned how impressive Andrea's week was last week. Did she have to play her way onto the team?
She did. She was, you know, we had the conversation of if she gets within one shot, you know, say she was one shot short of making it, you know, was that going to change our mind? Because if she didn't make it on her own, I was going to have to pick between 2 players. And so, fortunately, we never even got to have that conversation. So I don't know who I would have picked because we never even got there.
Awesome. Well, Stacy, we're really excited, and we
Yes.
can all feel the momentum
Yes,
building.
that's
So,
right.
my last question is just how exciting is it? How much fun are you having with this? I know
Yeah.
it's a lot, but what's the excitement and
Yeah.
the fun like
I
for
love
you?
it. I love it. I've loved every part of, I guess it's almost a year and a half now. I've loved every part of it. I love the Solheim Cup. I loved playing in it. It was super stressful, but I've loved the captain side even more. Just to be able to put your spin on everything and, you know, put my energy, put the way I do things into the Solheim Cup, and, you know, and hopefully it works out correctly, and then hopefully that translates into the future.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it. Thank you
All right,
so
thank
much.
you.